Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Northwell Health Ice Center here on Long Island, New York. My name is Jordan DeLuciano. I'll be on the call for when the Farmingdale State Rams are at home taking on Fordham University Rams. So their second matchup of the year, both Rams. So I'll be ignoring the team names today and just going with the names of their respective college and universities. But like I said, the second time these two teams will meet. They met in Farmingdale's home opener 2 weekends ago, and it was a 7-0 win for Farmingdale State. 7 goals by 7 different goal scorers, so everyone got on the stat sheet. But if you look at the score, you see 7-0, but if you looked at the game itself, penalty-filled, undisciplined on both sides. Neither team was able to get control and keep a level head throughout the game. And the second period is where it really popped off. It was over 40 minutes of penalties combined. I believe Farmingdale took the cake with 23 penalties on their own end, and Fordham having 20. So 40 combined minutes overall. So not what you want to see. Home opener, you got guys that are ready to go, get the season underway, but game one, maybe you're coming out a little sloppy. So we'll see if these two teams can change it up. And on Fordham's side, you're looking to have a little bit better fortune. In that second period, carried into the third, they had a lot of power plays because of Farmingdale just shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. Not able to put one past Joseph DeCanio, who was in net that game for Farmingdale. He got the shutout victory. At night for Farmingdale, Fordham was going to have to try to beat goaltender Kyle Marciona, the freshman out of Lake Grove, New York. Like I said, freshman. It'll be his first start for Farmingdale State. Fordham coming in this game 2-2 just recently, October 2nd, knocking off Stony Brook convincingly 9-1, thanks to 2 goals by Carmine Patelli as well as Sean Hoover. And after that, it was all solos. Aiden Graham got on the board, Anthony DeMario as well as Trey Leo, Bryce Vitale, and Andy Carlson rounded it out. So 2-2 Fordham, 9-1 against Stony Brook, 13-1 in their first game against Hofstra. So they have 2 convincing wins to go with 2 pretty ugly losses. Like I mentioned, 7-0 to Farmingdale and 7-1 against Ramapo. So this Fordham team kind of just stuck in purgatory right now. Soundly taking care of the teams that you would think are below them. But when it comes to the teams, the upper echelon of the Empire, it's a hard mountain to climb right now for Fordham. Last time in goal was Charlie Borg, his only game of the season. He went up that 7. And it might be Dan Gertz's game today. He has 3 games, 2.35 goals against average, and a .903 save percentage. So look to see, number 1, Dan Gertz, the freshman out of Holmdel, New Jersey. A 5'9" goaltender. So let's see if Farmingdale can take advantage of the height in net. And Farmingdale's side, this will be their 3rd game of the season. They're starting off 3 at home. Next week, they go home and home, October 15th, on the road against Quinnipiac, and then at home against Quinnipiac. So 2 tough tests back-to-back against the same team. 7-0 win for Fordham, like I mentioned, and then an 8-7 wild one last Saturday against Cortland, where Farmingdale held a 6-1 lead into the dying minutes of the second, and then minute by minute, Cortland just kept poking away. It wound up going to 7-5 late in the third, 7-6, and then 7-7 with 30 seconds left in the game. Farmingdale winds up blowing the 6-1 lead, but a Matthew Ferrari overtime goal from the feed from Jason Ruskowski wound up being the 8-7 win. So Farmingdale avoids disaster in their first game of the season. But on Cortland's side, they went up against Binghamton today and got the win. So Cortland took the momentum from a hard-fought loss last weekend and wound up knocking the runner-up in the Fed Cup, Binghamton, today. Out of the Farmingdale lineup today, I mentioned Jason Ruskowski. He will be out with a back injury today. So their leading scorer and dominant force on that forward group will be out against Fordham today. But once again, my name is Jordan DeLuciano from the Northwell Health Ice Center here on the island. And when we come back, Farmingdale and Fordham puck drop for the first period. and welcome back to the Northwell Health Ice Center here on Long Island, New York. My name is Jordan Luciano, where we're just moments away from puck drop between Fordham University and Farmingdale State. Farmingdale coming in 2-0 on the season, looking to continue their winning ways. Last week got a little bit interesting against Cortland, 6-1, wound up going into an 8-7 overtime. These two teams, like I mentioned in the pregame, are meeting for the second time this season, dating back to the season opener 2 weeks ago, where Fordham dropped that one 7-0, and a lot of penalties to go along with that one. It'll be Bohm, Duffy, and O'Donnell, the forward group, Guido, and along with Valenti, Guido and Valenti on the back end, and in goal for Farmingdale will be Kyle Marciona making his debut at first start for Farmingdale. Trey Leo, Owen Golette, along with Carmine Patelli, the forward group for Fordham, Declan Pierce, along with Sean Breslin on the back end, and in goal will be number 30, Charlie Borg, his second start of the season, second against Farmingdale as we're underway. Borg trying to right the wrong. His first start of the season was against Farmingdale, as I just previously mentioned. And it was a 7-0 defeat. Now Duffy on the turnaround and missed wide. Quick icing right off the bat. Tim Duffy off to a very good start on the season. 1 goal, 3 assists. It's his first year here at Farmingdale. He enters as a junior, but a rookie in their eyes. That'll be O'Donnell on the draw for Farmingdale. He got his first goal for Farmingdale last week in that 8-7 thriller against Cortland. It was the first goal of the game. Little did we know we were getting a lot more. O'Donnell and Duffy meet Patelli on the wall. It'll be Bohm cross ice. 2 goals on the season for Bohm as he'll steer it in deep. It'll be picked up by O'Donnell on the opposite side. Golette into neutral zone ice. They'll just back it in and go for a change as Fordham gets a fresh 5 out there. You'll see for Fordham, I'll hold that thought as McCann walks in, trying to work his way to the middle. Couldn't get past the skate of Chris McFarland. Cross ice feed through the legs of DeMario, the captain for Fordham. And as there was that thought before, number 2, Charles Piggott. Usually see him number 12, but tonight he will be number 2. So number 2 will be Charles Piggott, formerly seen as number 12. But now to the point, Fordham on goal, glove side and wide. He'll wrap all the way around the wall. McFarland tries to keep it in, and he will. Hendrickson will try it again on the far side. Cross ice, finds Hawkins. Hawkins, Hendrickson, bouncing puck right back to Hawkins on goal and off the side of the net. Hawkins trying to go cross ice, intercepted. It could have been dangerous, but it was a tired group for Fordham. Not able to get an odd man rush out of that. Matthew Hawkins made his season debut last week after missing the first game. And Hawkins ended that game, first game, no goals, 2 assists. So quickly into the score sheet for the 5'11" sophomore out of Smithtown, New York. Ferrari on the chase coming off that overtime game winner against Cortland. Brennan on goal, missing blocker side. That's the second good look for Farmingdale so far, both of them not on goal. McFarland up the wall, Brennan trying to keep it in for Farmingdale. McFarland and Brennan will meet again, and it stays put. Fordham struggling to get out of their own end, now it's Brennan. Trying to slow it down at the blue line, whip it in down low, be Buddington. Buddington trying to steer it in front, gets it right back, going in front again, trying to find Kyler Rowe, nobody home, as Jason Brennan will go chase, and Fordham gets a much-needed change. Kravitz, one of the rookies here for Farmingdale, intercepted errant play. Trey Leo was right there, not able to control that one cleanly. Had a good look on goal from the blue line. Here's Matthew Ferrari, had that scare in the first game against Fordham when he went down with that shoulder injury. It looked like it looked a lot worse than what it wound up being, as there's an offsides call. Yeah, he was down for a long time just waiting for the team doctor to come out and help him out. And he wound up back in the lineup for game 2 against Cortland. And good thing he was there. He got the feed from Jason Roskowski and got the backdoor tap in to end last week's 8-7. Up the wall will be Breslin, meets a body, but able to steer it in deep. Guido will now battle with Owen Golette, helped out by Trey Leo for Fordham. Golette trying to walk out, find a man in the slot on goal, and stopped by Marciona. That's his first for Farmingdale, and a tough one as well. It'll be the forward group that started the game for Fordham. On the draw will be Patelli. One back in the skates of Leo, hounded at the top of the circle. Now comes Farmingdale with numbers. It's Bobby Lane not able to get that one cleanly into the zone. And backdoor off the stick of the goaltender. Down to the point, Valenti trying to work his way in. Might be a 2-on-1, but skips just out of the reach of Patelli for Guido to hit it off the wall. You see number 14 on the back end for Farmingdale, Ted Valenti. We've seen him in the first 2 games. He's known to be able to step up in the play and be a little bit offensive. And that's the first time so far we almost saw it backfire, but a good bounce towards his D-man, Guido, kept Fordham from getting a 2-on-1. Now Patelli throws it towards the goal off a skate, and he'll rim around the wall, far side. Immel trying to chip it out, and he will, and find Bobby Lane. Lane had a goal, the second goal of the game against Cortland last week. It came a mere seconds after the first goal. O'Donnell got the game started. Farmingdale won the faceoff, went in on the offense zone, and scored immediately. It looks like there's a helmet down. It will be Brisgordia's helmet. So wherever there's a helmet down on the ice, whistle will blow immediately. So 15:05 left in the first period, and still scoreless. Something to keep an eye out for this game is something I mentioned in the pregame, which is the discipline. This game got out of hand quickly in the first meeting in Farmingdale's home opener. Over 40 combined penalty minutes. Both teams could not keep a level head. Fights after the whistles, hits behind the play. Fordham had a lot of power play opportunity, just could not convert. Also helped by the fact a shutout performance by Joseph DeCanio was able to keep Fordham out of the goal sheet. But Joseph DeCanio not dressing today. Backing up Marciano will be Jake Temkin. Under the stick, but to the point, Croucher, and that one never made it on goal. It's Duffy. Duffy across the blue line, and he shot it into the glass. And so far, Farmingdale struggling to hit the net. They've got the looks, not hit the net, and there's another one that misses wide. Duffy gets it right back. No one's taking him off the puck, and that's off the side of the net. Boom, back in front, off a stick, and out of harm's way for now for Fordham. As out they come, it'll be Bryce Vitale. He'll whip it around the wall, and all 5 will hop off for a change. Brisgornia helmet in tow. He'll go in alone, the defenseman, as Farmingdale looks to change it up. Brisgornia with a head full of steam, meets a big hit on the wall, courtesy of Declan Pierce. And it looks like Brisgornia is going to sit here for a hit from behind. And the first power play of the game will go to Fordham. Brisgornia took a run and knocked Trey Leo face first into the wall, so they're getting Brisgornia for an illegal hit from behind. It'll go in the books as boarding. 2 minutes for Fordham trying to get the first strike. We mentioned it a lot before. Nothing in the first game. Got a lot of chances on the power play, just could not convert. So let's see if they can get the monkey off their back here. It'll be Bryce Vitale on the Fordham draw, but he lost it clean to Justin Chavez, who had a goal in that first meeting, but kept in by the glove. Cross ice Graham. Graham towards the net, and he missed wide. Golette cannot get there neither. can Declan Pierce, as Fordham's got to regroup. Graham meets a body on the wall. Then there's Bobby Lane trying to help out. Doesn't go much further than that. As in comes Owen Gollett, icing, offside's waved off. That was a close one, but we play on. It'll be Declan Pierce. Piggott wants it, he's got the hold off, as that one's blocked away by Marciona. Jason Brennan looks to eat it in his feet. Let's see how long he can sit there as he gets it right back to him. Brennan will steer it all the way down with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, as Farmingdale will change up their penalty killing group, and the power play group will change up as well for Fordham. The lone man still out there is Declan Pierce. Garrett Silverman back in possession after playing catch with Pierce. Up the middle will be Trey Leo, who drew the penalty. Could have been a lot scarier of a hit, but Leo back in the game. Glove down by Silverman with 40 on the power play. Down low, Patelli. Patelli will wind and fire one, blocked away by Marciona, and we picked up by Trey Leo. Leo, cross ice. Silverman to the point, McFarland towards the net, block it away again. Marciona has had to be sharp so far. It's McFarland again towards the goal. Knocked down, bouncing around, still loose outside the crease, and they score! It's Anthony DeMario picking up the loose change. Fordham strikes first, it's 1-0. It took them 60 minutes plus a little bit into the first period, but they finally get past Farmingdale. It'll be Anthony DeMario's 3rd of the year, his 5th point of the year. He's off to a very good start, the captain for Fordham. Let's see if Farmingdale has a response. It's Matthew Hawkins trying to drive in backhand off the blocker, able to pick up his rebound all the way across the other side as Brisgornia, fresh off the bench, keeps it in. McCann trying to walk out. He'll spin off. McCann trying to cut into the middle, draws a stick and draws a penalty, as Farmingdale on the penalty kill will now go to the power play. Able to spin off Vitale there, but on his way to the middle, drew a stick right in the hands, courtesy of John Langan. So he'll sit for 2 on the hook, and Farmingdale tries to get that power play goal right back. McCann wins it cleanly, will be Hawkins. Valenti towards the net, off a skate and wide, and that trend of missing the net continues early on for Farmingdale. That one up in the air, stays in off the glass, as Hawkins wins that battle on the wall. Hawkins finds a man in McCann off a skate and into the glass. So missed shots included with block shots has kept the puck away from Charlie Borg. Henriksen, Hawkins, Henriksen again, to the point, Valenti towards the net, swallowed by Borg. You see number 18, Ethan Boehm, in front of the net. He's got 2 goals this year so far in 2 games, both of them coming with inside the crease. One of them on the power play. McCann will draw with DeMario. McCann has 2 goals this year, both on the power play, as he wins it cleanly to Hawkins. Valenti. McCann. Valenti wants it. McCann's gonna wait a little bit and give it to him on the backhand. Hawkins spins off a man on the near side wall, going behind the net, back in front, off a stick, up into the waist of McFarland and out of the zone. 60 seconds left on the first power play for Farmingdale as they'll change up the power play group. McCann still out there. Near side wall go around the world. Valenti and McCann still the 2 out there from the original unit. They'll play catch the blue line, one-timing shot off a skate, up in the air, glove down, and Fordham will clear it, but a hand pass is called, so that puck's not going anywhere for now. Fordham looked like they had an easy clear there, but it was knocked down with the hand. It'll be a drop to the left of the goaltender Borg with 39 seconds left on the man advantage. Won cleanly again by Farmingdale. One-time shot, Duffy sticked away by Borg. Ref gives the thumb up. Did not take a tough shot there. Duffy loses at the blue line, and out the puck goes. Buddy team misses Ferrari, icing arm up, and icing waved off for the last second because Ferrari beat it out. Buddington loses that one, and now he's in a foot race with Golette, and out of the net comes Marchiona to prevent a breakaway, thrown back towards him, trying to catch him out of position. And that will do it for the power play, so Farmingdale 0 for 1 on the penalty kill, 0 for 1 on the power play to start the game. Golette keeps it in, finds Patelli. And intercepted quickly by Ferrari, as he's got 2 red jerseys all over him. As his stick got caught in the waist of Jack Mead, but we play on now. Brisgornia from the blue line. Bouncer, still loose, doesn't know he's loose as they blow it dead. The ref lost sight of it, and whenever the ref loses sight of it, the whistle will blow, so reasonable whistle there. As you see, the puck was just sitting there, and Jack Mead quickly tried to give it right back to his goalie, but was fortunate the whistle blew. No harm, no foul for Fordham as of now. Won by DeMario. Up the wall, trying to catch a man on that same side wall as it hops into the bench, and they'll drop it again. Something for Farmingdale is you beat this team 7-0 2 weeks ago. And you don't want to get into the same trend you did last week where you get too comfortable. Because when you get too comfortable, regardless against any team, before you know it, you look up and you might have a game. That's a trend you do not want to get into throughout a season, because that will come back to bite you in the worst way. Last week, Farmingdale was able to get away with this. That puck steered out of the crease at the last second by Murray, as Farmingdale a little bit too lackadaisy in their own end. Murray will slow things down here. Aiden Graham will just stare at him, go chase, and out comes Farmingdale. Bobby Lane, cross ice, on the chase it's Immel. Immel helped out down low, wrapped around the wall. A new line combo of Bobby Lane, Eric Immel, and now Tommy Kolakatis for Farmingdale. Murray looks to do it himself. Steers it towards the net off his stick. Didn't go anywhere with that one. Sean Breslin got in the way, and out comes Fordham. It'll be Andy Carlson. They'll throw it cross ice. Just over the halfway point here, just under 8 minutes, should I say. 1-0 Fordham, thanks to the Anthony DeMario power play goal. And right now, you're looking at the Farmingdale side, just kind of just on their heels, you know. No urgency yet. Kind of just going through the motions. And that's a recipe for disaster, as Duffy throws a big hit at the blue line, taking down Andy. And Farmingdale kind of can see it early so far, coming in off a 7-0 win against Fordham. They're kind of still in that lounge chair right now. The Carmine Patelli, the local from Huntington, New York, playing with the Junior Islanders before he wound up at Fordham. Patelli again with 3 goals and 3 assists on the season. Off to a good rookie campaign here at Fordham. Not able to do much there as Hendrickson will steer it to O'Donnell. Looking for a stretch pass. Duffy out of his reach, and icing will be the call. 6 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first. Still a 1-0 lead due to the power play goal by Anthony DeMario. Valenti to Henriksen, middle of the ice now, Duffy. And this time they're able to steer it in cleanly, avoid the icing as Duffy will head off on a change. Turnover behind the net, Henriksen battling on the wall, loses that exchange to Garrett Silverman. But Hawkins right on it to keep the pressure. Kravitz and Valenti will exchange. Did not have the red line there, so that will be an icing. Not a wise play there by Valenti. Maybe he was just trying to get it on goal, but that's still a risky shot behind the red line, because if you miss like he did, there's an unwarranted icing. And now we get to see if Fordham takes advantage of the miscue. O'Keefe pushes it forward. Bobby Rotundo picking up behind the net, trying to fend off Valenti. Kicks out Kravitz, he'll find Henriksen, and out they come, it's McCann. McCann across the middle, nice stick there. They keep that out of harm's way as out comes Fordham, it's Owen O'Keefe. O'Keefe hounded by McCann, and McCann wins that exchange convincingly. Henriksen not able to slow that one down, bounces it towards the net as Borg's got to swallow that one up, and it goes in! And it goes in! Charlie Borg looks to the heavens, a bouncer from no man's land, and it's all tied up. That is not what you are looking for in a game where you get the lead against one of the top-ranked teams in the College Hockey Federation. You get a 1-0 lead in the almost final 5 minutes of the period, and you let in a bouncer from near center ice. Those don't happen often, but when they do, it's just a real head scratcher. So that'll be Greg Henriksen's first goal of the year. He's definitely going to be remembering that one later in the year. Someone asks, hey, how'd your first goal go in? Well, I backhanded it from center ice and somehow it slipped 5-hole. And now it'll be Buddington towards the net off the glove of Borg. And that's very important after a tough goal like that, just to get the next save out of the way. Bouncing puck, Golette not able to control that one. Brennan up the wall, and now 2-on-2 they come. It's Ferrari, get past the man. On goal, backdoor one-timer, and Immel fans on it. Immel had a yawning cage there, but could not get all of that puck, as now the puck goes out of play. 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first period, a now tie game between Farmingdale and Fordham. If you're a goalie, I mean, being a goalie in hockey, you already got the different psyche. You're already in a different element, different mindset. So how do you shake off a goal like that? That's got to be tough. Rascornia meets a body on the wall by John Langdon. And out comes Farmingdale, bank pass, nobody home. As Murray patiently waits for some traffic to get away. And he'll enter offensive zone ice, be Kolakatis. Puck skips past him towards the net and wide. As Murray's got it again, neutral zone ice. He's got to wait for some white jerseys to touch up. He'll be picked up by the assistant captain, Garrett Silverman. Nobody home. Guido will stare at that one. So icing waved off. He could have easily played that one. So wise call by the linesman to let this one go on. It kind of feels like with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first period, both teams are kind of just in neutral right now. The feeling out process is carrying into the dying minutes of the first. We're not really seeing any sustained offensive zone time by either team. And when we do, it's a quick glimpse, and then we go back to just, you take it, I take it, you take it, I take it in the neutral zone. Puck kicks out to Demero, looking for a second, and steered away by Marchiona. It's the first time in a while he's been tested. Back to center will be Sean Breslin, trying to walk around Duffy, loses a glove in the process. Or it's Duffy's glove that's down, but he scoops it back up, and here comes Valenti. The offensive defenseman trying to walk around Patelli, but to no avail. Boom. Off the wall, not able to connect with O'Donnell, as Jack Mead will go D to Breslin. Trey Leo just, I mean, if that's any indication of how this first period went, was that effort there by Trey Leo just nonchalantly shoveling the stick at the puck and missing. Towards the net and wide off the stick of Goulette, picked up by Patelli on the far side, dances around a man, and that's like a practice move right there, what Bohm just did. He just breezed by him. That one's off the side of the net, no avail. Trying to steer it on the backhand on the wraparound was Trey Leo. And it's the first time in a while on either side we're seeing some offensive zone time. Courtesy of Fordham, but quickly turned over as I say it, and Brennan will steer it out of the harm's way and into the other side of the ice. But Jack Mead will going to push it right back to where they started. Mead firing and wide. Piggott fresh off the bench on the forecheck, battling down low with Kravitz, helped out by the captain DeMario. DeMario walks out but has no one at the point. And out comes Farmingdale. It's Henriksen. McCann hemmed by a man behind him. Puck bounces out, still in the crease, and they score! It's Hawkins from a bad angle, and with 51 seconds left in the period, Farmingdale jumps on top. It's 2-1. And the fact that McCann was able to even do anything with that puck being dragged from behind, and it's McCann's goal actually. McCann wound up tapping that in. That'll be his third of the season, first at even strength. So that's all John McCann there. He gets the feed off Henriksen and just powers his way down low. Brisgornia meets a huge body there, courtesy of Trey Leo. It's the second time Brisgornia has taken a hard hit. Henderson to Hawkins. Hawkins, nice play through the legs, into the zone, towards the net, glove down by Borg, as Hawkins will get the loose change to the point. Murray knocked down loose in front, and Henriksen on the forehand, not able to finish. Solid patience shown at the blue line by Murray, and that bouncing puck found a wide open Henriksen, but slipped under the forehand. We're now 10 seconds left in the period, and there goes Henderson testing Borg from center ice. It worked before, not the second time. Fordham looks to eat it with 2 seconds. Hawkins from a bad angle, misses wide, and that will do it. So kind of a slow-moving first period in terms of pace of play, but we have 3 total goals on the board. Fordham struck first, but it's Farmingdale with 2 unanswered, and that's where we skate off in the first period. So after one, Farmingdale stayed up 2-1 over Fordham University. My name is Jordan DeLuciano from the Northwell Health Eye Center. You're listening to the Long Island Sports Network. We'll be right back for the second period. everyone, and welcome back to the Northwell Health Ice Center here on Long Island, New York. My name is Jordan DeLuciano. As we enter second period play, Farmingdale State up 2-1 over Fordham University. Fordham struck first at the power play. It was Anthony DeMario, his third goal of the season, and then it was two unanswered, should I say, for Farmingdale, courtesy of Greg Hendrickson and John McCann. Hendrickson's first of the season, John McCann's third. And his first of the three even strength, as there's an intercepted pass right to DeMario as that one shot wide. And I should mention Hendrickson's goal was one that goaltender Charlie Borg is going to have nightmares about. A backhanded shot from pretty much center ice that just bounced and trickled 5-hole, went in. That one stopped by Borg. A good response to start the second period. Breslin meets a body on the wall. Trey Leo's got to step up and get the puck, and he will. He'll play catch with DeMario, and now it's DeMario. Leo, DeMario, a little bit too much passing there, but Leo gets it right back. Graham trying to go back to Leo. One too many passes there for Fordham. And that one sticked into the bench, and we'll get our whistle. A key to this game, I mentioned in the first, mentioned in the pregame, we're going to mention in the second, is the discipline, staying out of the box. And the first period, so far so good. One penalty to boarding for John Brisgornia for Farmingdale, which led to the power play goal. And then a hooking call that was on John Langen. So one penalty each. Let's see if we can maintain the civility in this one. Kyler Rowe just hounding Mead from behind, and Mead looked like he wanted to carry that in the zone, but had to chip it in because Rowe was all over him. And now be Valenti trying to get out of his own zone, cross ice, off a skate into the glass, and they blow it dead. And I think I spoke too soon in terms of the penalties and post-whistle nonsense, as Buddington and Ferrari are involved right now with Eamon Croucher along with Jack Mead. I don't know why the whistle was blown. As that puck hit the glass, it may have hit a stanchion that was out of play. But regardless, we will drop it at center ice. It'll be Ferrari on the draw with Carmine Patelli. And now Murray. We saw a lot of good things out of defenseman Ryan Murray that period, mainly his patience and poise under duress, whether it be sitting behind the net waiting for a play to develop out of his own end, or in the offensive zone at the blue line with a stick right in front of him, able to find that perfect shooting lane. Brisgornia with a big hit, and down goes Owen Golette, slow to get up. We play on though, Silverman. Helped out by Patelli. Patelli will pick it up with room in front. Could have walked in on the forehand. Lost it, bouncing in the crease. Backhanded to the blue line and just kept in by Chris McFarland. And there's a penalty on Farmingdale coming up. It'll be Brisgornia again. As Brisgornia cross-checks him in the face, cross-checks him in the back of the neck. That's just as dirty as it comes. Trey Leo getting in there to defend his teammate. Brisgornia now getting into it with Garrett Silverman. Silverman takes down Brisgornia. I will not be shocked if Brisgornia gets kicked out of the game. That's exactly what's happening. John Brisgornia will be ejected from the game. You're going to see it here. Here's the cross-check after the whistle, right to the neck area. And then the cross-check, that's bad. I mean, we see this every game with Brisgornia. We see it every game. It's every game. And here's the post-whistle stuff. The ref had to, you see it literally, the ref had to tackle Brisgornia because he fought 3 Fordham players, he would have went down the line. That's what it's got to come to. He took the first penalty in front of the net, and it's a common theme we've seen with Brisgornia. He'll take one, and then immediately after the whistle, he'll start cross-checking the guy that he took the penalty on. Again, I said it wouldn't be surprised he gets kicked out. He should have. Won't be surprised to see a suspension too. I mean, when is enough enough? He already had one call on the boarding. He threw a big clean hit right in front of us at Fordham's blue line. Clean hit. Owen Golette was slow to get up, but a good hit, and then it doesn't end in front of the net. It looks like everyone's all right. I don't think I saw any of the Fordham players skate off. So the only one off that I saw was Brisgornia due to the ejection. As we're going to try to figure out, and again, I feel like it's the commentator's curse. I said, oh, we were good in the first period, only 2 penalties total, and it took 2.5 minutes. Can't make out who is serving this penalty right now for Farmingdale. So I wouldn't be surprised if 7 minutes. So a 5-minute game misconduct and the 2-minute penalty for Brisgornia. It would be a 7-minute continuous power play for Fordham. And the door is wide open for this game to be tied. 1 for 1 so far in the power play, something they could not get right in the first meeting 2 weeks ago. And now a wide open chance. That one's stuffed away by the pad of Marciona. It'll be Trey Leo. Walks the line towards the net, deflected wide by Silverman. Leo, now Silverman. McFarland. Patiently waiting for a spot, sticked away by Brennan. McFarland will get it right back. Behind the net, Patelli. Near side wall to the point, Leo. Silverman on goal, knocked down, gloved away across the crease, kicked in front, and they score! It's DeMario again, his second of the game, both on the power play, and we're tied up. It looked like Jason Brennan was just trying to punch that out of harm's way, and he inadvertently just punched it back into more problematic area. And this power play, 6 minutes, 11 seconds on, Fordham can score as many times as they want, just like a 5-minute power play. Discipline continues to be the bullet that constantly shoots Farmingdale in their own foot. It's been this program's problem for many years, carried into game 1 against Fordham, and after a relatively clean first period, it didn't take long for things to turn sideways for Farmingdale. And now you're in a 2-2 game with Fordham. Golette. Declan Pierce will play catch with Golette. Steered around the wall will be Bryce Vitale picking it up. Trying to battle off Valenti, but able to get it to a teammate on the near side wall. Golette. Pierce. Golette with a lot of space right now, but he'll wait for Pierce to get back in position. Pierce winds, fires, off a skate. Golette trying to catch in his feet back in front, off a skate again, and wide. Cross-ice Piggott trying to find Golette off his skate, puck's finding a lot of blades right now. As Immel steps up and pokes it free, just out of his reach, get out a breakaway. That should be a penalty right there, and that is exactly what it's going to be as Declan Pierce reached around with the hand, and that's going to be a hold. So 5 minutes exactly on Fordham's power play. We'll stop it for now. So we'll have 2 minutes of 4-on-4, and then a 3-minute power play for Fordham after that one dies out. I just gotta stop talking about penalties. Whenever I try to give either of these teams credit for being disciplined, it just goes south immediately. Credit there to number 17, the sophomore out of Merrick, New York, Eric Immel, on the forecheck, was all over Declan Pierce, and Declan Pierce just had to slow him down by holding him, just like an offensive lineman in football. Patelli. Wait for some more red jerseys. Will peel off O'Donnell. Patelli fires one off a body of Ferrari. DeMario looking for three, and a stop by Marciona. McFarland trying to catch O'Donnell, then he does. Kravitz stepping up, but inadvertently so, and out comes Fordham with possibly numbers. It's just Patelli. Kravitz gets back, on goal, off the helmet, rebound sticked away by Marciona. Patelli, cross ice, it's McFarland. McFarland towards the net, swallowed and held by Marciona. Last period, it was kind of both teams were just sitting back with their foot off the gas, and it's been Fordham that's come out in the first 5 minutes of this, aided by the power play, obviously, but still have come out with, as the more aggressive team, and Farmingdale's still in that laid-back mentality, kind of on their heels for the whole game so far, and we're in a tie game. And now Hendrickson trying to go wide, powers one, backhander, and Board didn't know he lost it. Valenti, Brennan, fans on the pass, the cross ice attempt, and we picked up by Golette. Golette loses a stick. Brennan did. I hope that Golette lost that one, but out comes Valenti powering his way through two red jerseys. McCann. But Henderson going to the net trying to dance around him, man. Good stick there by Croucher. Henderson behind the net trying to go back to McCann, and Croucher again there with the stick. It goes in, it bounces in, just like the first one. 2 in 1 game. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 2 in 1 game. Owen Golette lollipops one. Oh my God. You cannot write this. You don't get 2 in a season, let alone in 2 periods. Pretty much from the same spot into the same goal. You want to talk about sleeping through a period and a half. And there's a bad icing call as Hawkins was the first on it. As we'll have a center ice out. This game is turned on its head. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. You got the first period, the bouncer from center ice. Then you have Brisgornia getting ejected. Then you have another bouncer from center ice, immediately followed by a terrible icing call. And now 2 minutes and 45 seconds for Fordham on the power play. McFarland, Leo, they'll play catch. DeMario, it's back to McFarland, towards the net wide, rebound trying to shove it in on the post, and it stays out. DeMario right there looking for his third of the game. I mean, Owen Golett out of Lowell, Massachusetts, was on the bench when the puck went. He didn't even know. He turned around, everyone was celebrating. Now Bobby Lane hard on the forecheck as Borg's got to steer it around the wall. Bobby Lane all over them on this penalty kill. Very ferocious on the forecheck, making life difficult for Fordham. And last time this is how Fordham took a penalty was because Immel was all over them in their own end on the power play. It'll be Piggott. Piggott into the skates of a teammate, and out comes Farmingdale. And at this point, exactly, just any chance you get, throw it at the goalies. Marciano let in one from center ice. So did Borg. Borg is kind of had some scary moments with playing the bouncers from center ice. They've not looked very clean. And I know Farmingdale's been on the penalty kill the whole period, but they've just kind of been in cruise control the whole game so far. The only urgency I've really seen from them this period was Eric Immel on the penalty kill, drew a penalty, and just recently Bobby Lane. Now Kolakathis wins that battle against two Fordham players and steers it wide. Fuente's got to try to avoid his own man there as DeMario knocks it off the wall right back to Immel, and Immel will throw it off a player on his bench. So 47 seconds left on the power play that has lasted 7 minutes, and 11 minutes and 21 left in the second period, which we're not even halfway through, and it's a story in and of its own. 3-2 Fordham. DeMario McCann in favor of DeMario. The assistant captain, Garrett Silverman, finds Patelli. Trey Leo. Patelli with 30. He wants to switch off with Leo, and they will. Near side wall, looking for a man in the middle, and a great stop by Marciona. It's weird how it worked. It's night and day. You let in the bouncer from the red line, and then you make a beautiful cross-crease one-timing stop. One cleanly. It'll be Chris McFarland with 20. Now Trey Leo. McFarland. One-timing. Patelli cannot get all of that one. Kicked loose, backhanded in front by Silverman, but to no avail. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Trey Leo into the glove of Marciona. Fordham came into this game two handfuls of power plays in the first meeting, got nothing. 2 power plays, one of them being 7 minutes, and they got 2, actually 3. So 2 goals on this 7-minute power play, aided by 1 goal on the power play in the first, and that's how they got their 3, and that's how they got their lead. Hawkins now, 5-on-5, finally we skate. That looks like it's an icing, waved off at the last second. Looked like he didn't have the red line, but linesman, should I say, said he got it. Multi-man scrum on the near side corner. Fordham trying to come out with it. Fan pass there by Vitale, but puck gets out of the zone. High stick is called. High stick on the puck, so no penalty here as Hendrickson is going to protest to the ref. Rubinson will talk to Klein now. I think Klein will tell him where to drop that puck, maybe disputing if that was actually a high stick. So this line you're seeing right now, O'Donnell, Duffy, and Bohm, which has been a very solid line in the first 2 games and a half as we're at the 10-minute mark of the second period. You haven't seen them the whole period because they've been on the penalty kill the whole time. So this is pretty much this is their first shifts. DeMario will draw with O'Donnell. Duffy, Valenti, and into Fordham ice. Piggott for Fordham. They move, they had a 3-on-2. It'll be DeMario trying to walk past two defensemen, backhanded one off the glass, and now Guido. Bohm chips it right to the point. Waiting there is Fordham, off a skate into the glass, picked up by Duffy. Glove down DeMario. Valenti trying to get out of there. Puck still sitting there. Kept in, finds a man wide open on goal, and another sliding block by Marchiona. His second in a row, two beauties, keeps this game within one. O'Donnell threw it on net, hit the stick of Breslin, and went right in front. Looks like we have an, I think we're gonna have a too many, it looks like we're having a penalty here on Fordham. Klein, the ref, his arms up, unless it's an icing call and they're just making sure everyone's on the ice. Yeah, it's just an icing call and they're making sure everyone's on the ice. As Fordham iced the puck and then all five ran to the bench, so we gotta make sure we have the right numbers on the ice here. Offensive zone draw for Farmingdale against a tired group for Fordham. It'll be DeMario against Farmingdale's Ferrari, wins it cleanly. Kravitz towards the net, off the end wall. Buddington behind the net, trying to fend off Breslin. Breslin wins that exchange, throws it right into the legs of Buddington. And all the way down it goes off the stick of DeMario. Icing will be called again, so once again, Fordham can't move. We'll drop it, same place, same two will line up. As a warning against Fordham there, and DeMario wins this one cleanly. Off the wall, Kravitz able to keep it in. Declan Pierce, him and Breslin have been out there for a while, picked up by Ferrari. Ferrari firing one, nice block by Breslin as he'll shook to skate it out. And Ferrari lost a footing there and almost had a 2-on-1 with Buddington because Fordham was caught on a change. And if he doesn't lose his feet, it's a 2-on-1. Pierce and Breslin still stuck out there. And it looks like maybe they'll get a chance here, but not able to get that puck in deep. Aaron play, and here comes Farmingdale with Buddington. Buddington drags through the legs, trying to get past Breslin. He'll switch off with Ferrari behind the net. Ferrari. Near side to the point, Kravitz. Kravitz looks on goal, off a skate, never made it. Ferrari intercepts. Cross ice, Kolakathis fresh off the bench. Farmingdale getting fresh five out in the offensive zone as Breslin and you see Pierce in front, hands on the knees. Those two have been out there forever. Icing arm up. Will this puck have any life to it? Icing waved off. Declan Pierce able to get off, but Breslin's still out there. This is approaching a 3-minute shift for Sean Breslin. And he still can't go anywhere. It's Murray for Farmingdale. Breslin is just trapped as the puck just keeps finding him. Kolakathis down low with Chris McFarland. Up the wall, Trey Leo. Cross ice Golette off his skates. Let's see if they can get this in deep so they can get Breslin off. They finally get Breslin off. As the near pretty much 3-minute shift concludes, he's gonna need some time to chill out. Patelli with Murray on him. Behind the net, meets a huge body from Chavez. And out comes Farmingdale. Bobby Lane trying to dance his way through, knocked down from behind, rebound kicks out, and it's shot off the stick of Borg. Borg, Farmingdale's been in the zone a lot of late, but not many have hit Borg. McFarland trying to power his way to the front, bouncing around the crease, off the side of the net, and not to be. It's now Hawkins trying to beat a man wide. Hawkins on goal, missed. Farmingdale almost caught with too many men, but nobody touched the puck there as Kravitz will go cross ice to Valenti. Valenti off the wall, waiting there was Silverman, and Valenti will pick up. And we'll get an icing. 5 minutes and 38 seconds left in this eventful second period. Still a 3-2 lead in favor of Fordham. Hawkins not able to get all of that one, but gets the job done regardless. Now McCann wins the battle behind the net, trying to get to Hendrickson. McCann coming out with it. Sliding block by Silverman. Picked up by Kravitz. To the point, McCann. McCann towards the net. Swallowed by Borg. Farmingdale as of late spending a little bit more time in the offensive zone, but still, you're not really seeing that urgency. You're not seeing what this team is really capable of. It's still, like, the foot's getting a little bit closer to that pedal, but it's not fully down. Still kind of playing casual. McCann, Hawkins through the legs, had him wide open. And out comes Piggott. Piggott gets around a man, Brennan, backhander, and he scores! Charles Piggott on the backhand, and it's 4-2 Fordham. Right underneath the blocker of Marciona. I just mentioned Farmingdale was spending a little bit more time in the offensive end, but a foot race won by Piggott. And the lead's at 2. Farmingdale last week played with fire, blowing a 6-1 lead to Cortland and able to salvage it with an 8-7 overtime win. This week, they're really poking the bear again. It's Duffy trying to connect with Bohm. And it's just very casual as Trey Leo almost had a breakaway, but he'll pick it up. Leo in front, off the side of the net, trying to whack it off there. And out comes Farmingdale. Bohm. He'll wait for some white jerseys. Duffy fires, and he scores! Duffy from the feed. Off Bohm, they cut the deficit back to 1. It's 4-3. Duffy is coming on strong for Farmingdale to start this season. His 5th point, his 2nd goal in not even 3 games, as we're in game number 3 right now, with 4:05 left in the second. That is just what Farmingdale needed. As now intercepted, thrown to the net, stick down and wide. Ref waved off the high stick, so that goes in. That's a clean one. John Langdon got a bladed on that one. Kyler Rowe will flip it in. Played by Christopher Gabriel around the wall. Brennan will chip it in, and Langdon will keep it in, not for much longer. Icing waved off through the deflection by Kyler Rowe. It'll be McFarland. Rowe gets a stick in there. Thrown towards the net, padded away by Borg, picked up by Buddington. Bunches to the point, Valenti. Valenti winds, fires, rebound, kicks out, Ferrari, and they score! Just like that! Farmingdale storms back, and we're tied up. Farmingdale wasted little time after going down 2, and I guess you go down, they're just sitting in a tie game, and you're sitting in a 1-goal game, and they went down 2, and the light bulb went off. Duffy, Ferrari, just like that, it's 4-4. And we've seen it from Charlie Borg, from just the struggle to handle the puck from dump-ins from the red line. That is also going to lead into problems in shots on goal in the offensive zone, his rebound control, as McCann throws a man down in Croucher. Yeah, Borg has been fighting off those shots all game. That will be an icing. So something you might have noticed, if you're looking at the Farmingdale helmets, are the blue ribbons. A forward on Farmingdale State's Division III team, James Jensen, brought those blue ribbons in, spoke to the team today. His father is battling ALS. We will be having a fundraiser for him and his father on October 29th. So a very unfortunate situation for James Jensen, a player for the Farmingdale State Division III team, but they're representing him proudly and hoping the best possible outcome for his father. Like I mentioned, unfortunately battling ALS, a very tough situation for the Jensen family. As the players got the blue ribbons on the helmets, Dr. Jeff, Farmingdale team doctor's got the blue ribbon on his shirt today. And Jensen was able to speak to the team right before the game. So keep in mind, if you are in the area on Long Island, October 29th will be the fundraiser for James Jensen's father. As we get a whistle as that one goes into the bench with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second. An eventful second period. After a first period where Farmingdale left up 2-1, one penalty aside, all mayhem broke loose. Brisgornia was ejected maybe 3 minutes into the second. He took a penalty, had a 2-minute call waiting. Whistle was blown on the touch-up, and it didn't stop there. He cross-checked the man in the neck, and then when he fell to the ground, he cross-checked him again in the neck, as that one's knocked down, and Marchiona's got to cover it up. And that led to a 7-minute power play for Fordham, where they had 2 goals. One was just like Hendrickson's first period goal, where it was a bouncer from center ice. So we have 2 goals tonight in 2 periods where a guy just threw it in from center ice and it bounced in. As that one will go in the stands, heads up there. DeMario has 2 power play goals, the first one coming in the first period. Owen Golette got one of the power play goals as well. That was the one from center ice. And then their lone even strength goal today was Charles Piggott, able to beat Jason Brennan in a foot race, backhand one past Marchiona. That's where we stand. That's where they stand with their 4 goals. But now it'll be Ethan Bohm with 1.5 minutes left in the second. Bohm, cross ice off a skate, and Borg able to get that as it's loose still, and that one's sent all the way down. That'll be an icing. I'm losing count the amount of times that Borg has had one and lost one. As you see, Bohm looking for Duffy. Duffy could have got his second there, off the skate of Sean Breslin, and it just squeaked out 5-hole. And luckily, I believe it was Chris McFarland there to evade the danger. Patelli trying to battle off O'Donnell and Duffy as that puck just sits in that near side corner. Duffy looking for Bohm. Good stick by McFarland, and we got 1 minute left, and out comes Fordham. Look at chip pass for Golette. Nice stick by Valenti. Golette had a breakaway. And Valenti carefully, methodically, able to stick handle his way out of that one. Leo meets the body of Duffy, and out comes Farmingdale. Might have some numbers. It's O'Donnell with Duffy on the far side. O'Donnell to Duffy, not able to corral that bouncing puck. Still loose in front, in between the legs, and they get the whistle. take a trip outside of hockey. If you're following the MLB and the playoffs, the Mariners are moving on to the American League Division Series after being down 6-1 to Toronto. They rallied back for a 10-9 win, and the New York Mets, top of the third, are up 1-0 over San Diego. They lose, they go home, as that puck was almost put home by Ferrari, looking for a second of the game. A beautiful pun and transition by me there. I know, that was really clever. "20 seconds left in this chaotic second period. We stand tied off the skate of Rowe, now near side wall. It'll be Croucher. Hemmed in by Ferrari, now Croucher again with under 10. Sticked away by Marchiona, 3 seconds and 2, and that will do it for this absurd second period, which was capped off by a 7-minute power play, but we skate off all even at 4. Farmingdale entered up 2-1. You can thank Anthony DeMario, Owen Golette, along with Charles Piggott for the Fordham goals. And then you can thank Tim Duffy and Matthew Ferrari for the 2 on Farmingdale's side, which evened things up. Once again, my name is Jordan DeLuciano from the Northwell Health Ice Center here on Long Island, New York, streaming live from the Long Island Sports Network. We'll be right back with the third period. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Northwell Health Ice Center here on Long Island, New York. My name is Jordan DeLuciano, and we head to the final 20 minutes, all tied up at 4 between Farmingdale and Fordham. So some things to go over. Farmingdale entered the second. If you're just joining us, they entered the second period up 2-1, and then a 7-minute power play ensued for Fordham. John Brisgornia ejected from the game. He took a penalty, then a cross-check, then a cross-check, and then a cross-check later, and he's out of the game. So a 7-minute power play led to 2 goals for Fordham, and then an even strength goal. It was a 4-2 lead. DeMario has 2 power play goals. Golette has 1 power play goal from center ice. And then Charles Pickett on the backhand made it 4-2 and kind of woke up Farmingdale. Right after that, they put 2 behind Charlie Borg, and that's where we stand thanks to Tim Duffy and Matthew Ferrari. But underway, the first meeting was a 7-0 win for Farmingdale 2 weeks ago. This one a little bit different as we're tied in the final frame. Hawkins, cross ice Valenti. Valenti towards the net, and it never made it there. Kravitz will be chased by Aiden Graham. Graham will get there first. Excuse me, that is Ryan Murray. Hendrickson will scoop up and try to exit. Henderson with speed, cuts in, fires towards the net, and missed wide. That has been a theme all game for Farmingdale. They have missed the net a decent. Hendrickson flies in. DeMario able to get out of harm's way just in the nick of time, and it looks like Hendrickson's wearing that one. He got the worst of it, but he gets it right back. Now it's in his feet. He'll scoop it in off the glass and head off gingerly. As I mentioned before, Farmingdale has missed the net often, and had been combined with good shot blocking by Fordham. If they can just get it on the net, Charlie Borg has been struggling. He's been fighting off a lot of shots. Every time that puck hits him, he doesn't know where it goes, but now boom! And speak of it, what a glove stop by Charlie Borg. Good old commentator's curse. I say one thing and the opposite happens. Bohm walked in scotch-free. A good shot was met with an outstanding glove save to keep this game tied at 4. That will definitely get some confidence back. Shot right off the draw. It's Bohm again, and Borg stops him 2 in a row. Borg, minute and a half into this third period, has looked very sharp. Back-to-back stops on Bohm. Icing arm up, but that's not going to hold up as that puck's going to look like it's about to die as they wave it off. Patelli gets the loose change, cross ice, finds a man, Golette, block it away by Marciona. And just like Borg, Marciona has been fighting off those rebounds as well, but now Duffy powers his way in through towards the net, gonna wrap it around, and he could not get it through. How did that one stay out? Let's take a look. He had the net wide open, Borg down. How did that one stay out? He just shot it along the goal line. He just shot it along the goal line. Just curl that blade an inch more to the inside, and you have a 5-4 game for Farmingdale. Fordham dodges a bullet. Farmingdale look into the skies. As it'll be Sean Breslin for Fordham. Guido gets the loose change. Ferrari covering for Murray. Be Murray again to Guido. Bunnington, nice bounce, could have tried to power that one in far side. But now to the point, Murray, shoulder down, rebound, and a beautiful stop by Borg. Still loose, picked up Ferrari. Down to the point, Guido. Guido towards the net, and he scores! Chris Guido, not known for his goal scoring, but gets a huge one there. A now 5-4 lead for Farmingdale. Borg has been outstanding to start this period, but a point shot that went through one body after another. Borg saw it late, went through the 5-hole, and Farmingdale back on top. Borg made that great glove save on Bohm. Another great pad save right off the draw on Bohm. A nice pad stop on the back door right before that puck went in. Now DeMario on the turnover. Maybe a 3-on-2. DeMario holds towards the net, off Brennan. Brennan will pop it in the air and out of play. Be Ferrari on the draw with Patelli. Ferrari working on a decently long shift. His line of Buddington and Kyler Rowe will stay out there. One clean lead to Pierce. That one never made it on goal. Rowe pushes it to Buddington one-on-one. Buddington curls, drags through the legs, walks through a man, and he scores! A sensational goal by Buddington and a 6-4 lead for Farmingdale. Just a fantastic move, splits through two red jerseys over the glove, and that one will be sure to make the highlight reel. Farmingdale kind of just going through the motions throughout the majority of the first two periods, has come out swinging in the third. And it's only a 2-goal lead, but they're biggest of the game. Valenti up the wall. Em will not able to get that one clean. And it'll be Golette sliding block by Valenti. Bounce around now, Brennan. And in Ted Valenti, this is his third game here at Farmingdale. This is his best of the three. He's been all over the ice, offensive and defensively, making his mark on each ends of the ice. A good showing by number 14, the freshman, 6'3", 190 out of Massapequa, New York, as that one kicks out Trey Leo all alone, and he scores! Trey Leo picks up the loose change, gets one back, and the lead's cut to 1. That puck just sitting there for someone to grab it. Brennan with a diving attempt. Valenti caught staring. That'll be Leo's 4th of the year. He's now tied with, now still second place to Owen Golette. Golette got his 5th of the season before from the hope and the prayer from center ice. So Golette leads the team with 5 goals, and Leo in second with 4, tied with Charles Piggott and Anthony DeMario. We have 11 combined goals this game. 10 different goal scorers. The lone man with the 2 is DeMario. That's very similar stat to the first game where Farmingdale, 7 goals, 7 different guys. We have 11 goals, 10 different guys as we get an icing. 15 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the third period. And we're off and running, not even 5 minutes in. Piggott towards the net. Not much happening as Cole Kathis on the far side wall, picked up by Breslin. DeMario trying to fend off two white jerseys. Knocked down by Kravitz. Puck kicks out to Pierce. Stick down, and we get a whistle. And it might be the net off its moorings. And that will be the call. So are we seeing a common theme here? It was only a brief 2-goal lead, but something that happened last game for Farmingdale against Cortland was we had a substantial lead, and it was just something they weren't able to close out. They kind of got a little too comfortable. Did they get that 6-4 lead right off the bat in the third and just say, you know what, we're back in control, ease off, and now you get a 1-goal game again? And for Farmingdale, Temkin last week making his first start for the team. Marciona, the freshman, making his first start for the team. Is it just nerves kicking in your first college start for the team? Or is it, do we might not have a number 2 back there? Because they know they have a number 1, and a huge body thrown. Duffy gets all of that one, sending Hoover flying. And picking up the loose change, O'Donnell, near side wing. O'Donnell trying to backhand one towards the net, and Duffy will try to help out. To the point, Guido, he's got one already. Blocked down, gets his rebound, thrown in front, sticked away by Mead, off the glass, icing waved off. The Farmingdale's number 1 and one of the best goalies, not just in the Empire, in the whole CHF, Joseph DeCanio. He's not even dressed today, backing up his Jake Temkin. It's O'Donnell. Nobody home but Trey Leo, the man who's got the 5th goal for Fordham, and out they come, it's Golette. Golette trying to get past Valenti, patted away, Kravitz steers it away. McFarland steps in, fires one, hits 2 sticks, goes wide. O'Donnell just throw it out of the zone, icing waved off, it never even made it there. And that might be an icing on Fordham, not the play you're looking for by Garrett Silverman, as he was on the near side wall and the other 4 Fordham players were on the far side wall. One cleanly by Ferrari, he's been very effective on the dot. Kravitz, not able to get a deflection. Ferrari gets the red line. It'll be Sean Breslin. Now Kyler Rowe getting in there for Farmingdale. Buddington takes a spill. We play on. It's Carmine Patelli, the freshman out of Huntington, New York. Steered away by the freshman, Jacob Kravitz. Trey Leo. Nobody home behind the net. Brennan trying to pick away at it with Patelli all over him. Ferrari around the wall. Waiting there is Kyler Rowe. And out comes Farmingdale. Rowe on goal, misses wide. Ferrari back to where it came from. Stick down by Breslin. And out of the zone. Valenti trying to slow that puck down. Just kept skipping away from him. As he'll play catch with Breslin. Breslin trying to go up the middle. Finds a man. And it will be Marciona to play to Valenti. Now Murray. Hawkins. Near side wall. All by himself. Waiting for some white jerseys on the change. Stepping up as the defenseman Murray, able to hem it in deep near side corner. Breslin's still out there doing his job, but Hawkins intercepts Valenti. Valenti on goal, missed wide. Another missed net for Farmingdale. Breslin out of his own zone. He's had a very strong game. He was stuck out there for almost 3 minutes in the second period, him and Declan Pierce. But a good game for the senior out of Brooklyn, New York, Sean Breslin. Hendrickson with one this game, coming from center ice, the first of 2 from center ice. Meets Breslin. Breslin takes Hendrickson off the puck, picked up by Hawkins, hand pass called as we'll get a stoppage. 11 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game, a 6-5 lead for Farmingdale. And this line of O'Donnell, Duffy, and now it's O'Donnell, and he misses wide. O'Donnell, Duffy, and Bohm, 3 games into the season, has been, I think, more, in my opinion, take it with a grain of salt, has been one of the more consistent lines when they're out there. Guido steps into a body there. But the thing is, there's times where they're not out there for a while because Farmingdale just keeps taking so many penalties. That one's on goal, swallowed up by Marciona as I voice crack and gets the whistle. First period, we had 1 penalty aside, and then the second period, we had the ejection 7-minute power play due to John Brisgornia. But other than that, we're kind of staying away from that first game where it was 40 combined penalty minutes. It's been pretty much a clean game by these two, but last time I said that in the second period, we had an ejection. So let's see if my words come back to bite me a second time this game. Duffy trying to win a foot race against Piggott as Duffy just steamrolls his way in center ice. He's been a force this game. O'Donnell drops it for Bohm. Bohm trying to get past DeMario. DeMario with no stick gets the job done. And out comes Silverman looking for a home run pass to Piggott, not able to connect. Murray. Duffy trying to power his way through again. It's O'Donnell helping out. Kicked away by McFarland and out of the zone. It's Fordham. McFarland, far side, trying to get past Murray, and he does. He's got DeMario in front, trying to find a man in the high slot. Golette, a sliding block by Bohm, and slaps it out of the zone. Nice play by Ethan Bohm, but he's slow to get up. Duffy, way too casual there. An injured Bohm just has to shovel it out of the zone as Farmingdale's trying to get their bearings here. Both Duffy and Bohm, one was tired, one was hurt. Icing waved off on the deflection, it'll be Trey Leo. Poked away, but waiting there is Patelli, and he missed over the blocker. Immel, not able to poke that one to freedom, but now it's in possession of Farmingdale. Once again, it'll be Brennan off a skate of Patelli. In front, finds man, Golette. Great stick by Cole Cactus. Rebound kicks out, shot wide by Pierce. All Fordham right now. Patelli. With under 10 minutes left in the game, they need 1. Trey Leo into a sea of white jerseys. Patelli back to his feet, controls the puck. Dancing on that far side wall, still has it. Trying to get past Murray. But able to get a body in the way, but he gets it right back. Patelli, and he shot it over the blocker again. Good shift by Fordham. Tough bounce there, comes right to Eric Immel as Fordham was on a change. I mentioned in the pregame, a key piece out of this lineup is their leading scorer this year, Jason Ruskowski, out with a lower body injury. And yeah, he can't keep 5 goals out of the net, but he might put 2 more on the board, you know? He came off last game against Cortland's 8-7 overtime win with a hat trick and an assist on the game-winning overtime goal. Usually see him paired with, as you see right there, number 13, Matthew Ferrari, along with Matthew Buddington. Right now you see number 97, Kyler Rowe, getting the nod tonight in Ruskowski's spot. Icing call, Buddington. Common theme here. Farmingdale has been a little too casual at times in this game, and there you see it. Buddington could just easily get the stick on it, avoid the icing, whiffs, and now there's a face-off in your own end. A lot of credit here to Fordham after a bad loss 2 weeks ago here on the island, 7-0. You bounce back and you got yourself in a 1-goal game right now. A game that they've played very well in. Valenti looking to push the play. Got a man in Pickett on him, blocked away by Borg. Ferrari wins that exchange. Walks out down low, Rowe. Rowe with some space, trying to park it upstairs, but a little bit too high to the upper level into the netting. It'll be to the right of Borg. McCann on the draw against Patelli. Saying his name a lot this game, said his name a lot last game. He eats up a lot of minutes. And he'll be a mainstay here at Fordham. I've mentioned many times, freshman. And it's him, again, Patelli. Trying to dance around Kravitz. Picked up by Golette. He'll get back to Patelli, paddled away by Marciona. Golette spinning off Kravitz again. He's got him in the spin cycle. Golette, cross ice. It's Pierce. Pierce winds, fires, paddled away. Rebound just out of the reach. Golette, he'll turn and fire. Rebound, Treglio. He'll go for the wraparound. Not able to do much, but he comes out with it. It's Patelli with Hendrickson on him. Now Brennan. Patelli 1 against 2. Helped out by Golette. Coming out of the corner, it's Golette. Swallowed by Marciona, and he'll get the much-needed whistle. And other than the Brisgornia incident early in the second, that little shove there by Hendrickson is really the worst we've gotten in terms of after whistle stuff. Meanwhile, the first game was every whistle. Very well reffed game here, but I might have spoke too soon. It looks like they're escorting Patelli into the box. So they got Patelli here. Are they going to get Hendrickson as well? Just Patelli. Just Patelli. So Patelli, not the time to be taking a penalty after the whistle. Again, as I say it, you know. But that looked kind of harmless. I didn't really see anything, unless there was words spoken. Again, I can't be a mouth reader from all the way up here. I can only see the actions. But unless there was something said, I didn't really see any cross-check or slash after the whistle, so it must be something verbal by Patelli, as now the Fordham bench will protest to this man disadvantage. 2-minute power play for Farmingdale, coming at a bad time for Fordham as they were trying to mount some rally here, down 1. But now Farmingdale, man advantage, trying to get their 2-goal lead back, looking backdoor McCann, but he'll settle it down now, Valenti. Valenti, Hawkins. Walks in, throws it on goal, sicked away, kicked out, back to Valenti. Hendrickson, the man who drew the penalty, Hawkins. Valenti, firing, sticked away, looking for it again is Borg, but he's able to sit on it. We've kind of seen it on both ends for both netminders today. The hard saves are being made. The simple things like knowing where the rebound is and the kind of the simpler saves are not being made today. So it's a weird one. We've seen a great pad stop, great glove stop by Borg in this period alone. Marciona made 2 great backdoor saves in the second. But it's been the simple things that have bit these goalies. 1:20 left on the man advantage. Valenti one-timing shot. Glove down, rebound still loose. And there's that rebound control. DeMario knocked off the puck by Hendrickson. He's got no stick. He'll pick it up now, McCann. 1:10 on the man advantage. McCann, center point. Valenti, 2 men down in front. One of them is Bohm. Bohm's slow to get up. He's really slow to get up as he's hopping on one leg with no stick. Able to dance out of that smoothly was Aiden Graham, and Fordham will go off on a change, as will Farmingdale. The lone man still out there is Valenti. Ferrari will pick up in his own end. Valenti's still out there, possibly going on a 2-minute power play shift, but as I say it, he'll hop off as Ferrari enters the offensive zone ice. Murray will take Valenti's spot. Fresh off the ice, off the bench, should I say, it's Murray with 25 on the man advantage. Ferrari. Duffy. Puck in the air, glove down by Leo and out of the zone. Ferrari just out of his reach, out of the zone, picked up by Murray. 3 seconds on the 5-on-4, so Fordham evades danger there as Patelli will go right to the bench as we skate even strength. Buddington, he's got one this period. Another nice move by Buddington. One too many, rebound kicks out, bouncing around far near side as Ferrari will wrap it around the wall as Farmingdale looks to set it up again. Murray on goal, covered by Borg, and he gets the whistle. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the period. Still a 1-goal lead for Farmingdale. It'll be Sean Breslin for Fordham. Pierce looking for Vitale under his stick, and it will be an icing. Fordham bench protesting, but I believe Vitale did not get a stick on that one, just like Buddington's icing earlier. Ferrari will draw with Langen. Ferrari's been good on the dots, but loses back-to-back draws to John Langdon in the offensive zone. Andy Carlson takes a big hit from Ferrari, gets the puck in the near side wall, but doesn't stay there for long as Pierce got to kick it away from Buddington. As we're just under 3.5 left in the game, got to start maybe looking at the net. Not now, maybe in a minute and a half or so, you might see Borg going to the bench. Fordham getting a little bit more eager, sending a loose man flying out of the defensive zone to try to get a bank pass off the wall, catch him on an odd man rush, maybe a breakaway. Time will tell. But right now, the game a little bit slowed down, as that one will be another icing. But Guido, casual play on the puck. There's a good play there by Piggott to evade the icing. Glove down McFarland, never made it on goal, blocked by Guido. And Guido, he's out there for a tired shift right now. Did not get all of that clearing attempt. And you see him gingerly skating around the defensive zone. As Guido can't go anywhere, Kravitz gets off, but Guido's stuck, now able to change. It's O'Donnell off a skate over the head of Borg. Murray, fresh on. Near side wall, O'Donnell turns and fires into the skate of McFarland. Valenti keeps it in the offensive zone. O'Donnell again. Duffy. Behind the net off the stick of Borg, bouncing to the blue line, just kept in by Murray. And Farmingdale will take this all day. Eat some clock. Puck trying to get out to the blue line. It's Breslin. He'll wrap it around now far side with under 2 minutes left in the game. Out comes Fordham, it's Owen Golette. He's got one this game as Borg is looking to the bench, not moving yet. Still 5-on-5. Charlie Borg not moving with the puck in the offensive zone. It's Trey Leo. Golette, puck in his skates. Trey Leo again. Now Patelli walks high slot, trying to dance around Duffy and does. Firing, sliding block by O'Donnell. A minute and a half left in the game. Borg's not moving, still 5-on-5. But as I speak of it, Borg to the net. On goal, rebound still loose. Pit stopped by Marchiota. Back on goal, knocked wide. Marchiota keeps the game at 6-5 for now. Empty net 6-on-5. Trey Leo not able to get that one. To the blue line. Glove down by McFarland. They stay in the zone. It's Leo. Patelli. McFarland wants it. He's got the weight in front, and they score! It's the hat-trick goal for Anthony DeMario, and we're all tied up. Back-to-back weeks, Farmingdale has squandered a 1-goal lead late in the game. And if you're Farmingdale, this is 2 weeks in a row that you're in a game that you did not want to be in. that going into this game, this is not a score you thought you'd be seeing. Back-to-back games where they've blown a lead late. As we take a look back at Kyle Marciona, at this point, it looked like it was the save that could have won them the game, but it did not last long. A beautiful left kick out. As the 6-on-5 pays dividends for Fordham, looking for their third win of the season and their biggest win of the season. Farmingdale really testing the limits these past 2 weeks. Casual play, not strong on the pucks, kind of sitting on your heels for the majority of the game. They came out strong in the third, got a 2-goal lead, 6-4, and then went right back to sitting on their heels. And this is where we stand, 6-6, with now 50 seconds left in the third. Hawkins finds Hendrickson. Do they have some late magic in them? Hendrickson trying to dance around Breslin, but a good stick. Breslin, speaking of that, has no stick now. Major scrum far side. It's Kravitz towards the net, and it's eaten up by Borg. .7 seconds left in the third. And we got a tie game. 2 weeks in a row, we're in the dying seconds here on the island. All knotted up. It'll be McCann and Patelli. Patelli wins that cleanly. McFarland off the glass, out of play, and we'll drop it again. Be the same two to the left of Borg. McCann, Patelli. McCann wins it, but hits the skate of the ref, so a favorable bounce for Fordham. .15 seconds left in the game. Valenti trying to push it forward. It's McCann trying to fend off Silverman, helped out by McFarland. Far side Golette with 5 seconds left in the third. It's Patelli. They got to move with 3. Golette with 2. Kicked off. Rebound Patelli. And Marciona at the buzzer stops him on the post. So back-to-back weeks for Farmingdale. They will head to overtime in a high-scoring affair. We will go 5 minutes, 3-on-3, and then a tie. So the one thing you don't want is the tie. Some may argue a tie is worse than a loss. I'll let that discussion carry out on its own. We came to this period tied at 4. We end this period tied. 6-4, Chris Guido made it 5-4. Buddington shortly after that, Matthew Buddington for Farmingdale. And then it was Trey Leo, got it back within 1, and then with just shy over a minute, it was the hat-trick goal by the captain, Anthony DeMario, and that's where we stand. Does Farmingdale have some overtime magic in them again, or can Fordham pull off the upset for their third win of the season, going to 3-2? A huge win for Fordham, this would be. And let's see if Farmingdale, they got away with one last week, just inching away from Cortland. Does it bite them this time? Borg's good, Marciona's good, we're underway. 5 minutes to run 3. Fordham pushes it forward right off the draw. DeMario in front to the backhand, and they score! They score! Fordham wins it! They complete the comeback! They complete the upset! 9 seconds in, it's Chris McFarland, 7-6. Now, they're having a conference, the refs. Did this go in? We're going to check the replays. That puck just bounced in the crease. Let's see. That's tough to tell. That looks like it's sitting on the goalie tender Marciona's pads. That puck is sitting on the goalie's pads. Now it's just a matter of, was his pads in the net? Fordham's going back to their bench right now as we check the replay. Bouncing puck. It's on his pads. Now, it just wears his pads. They're saying no goal. They're saying no goal. They're saying no goal, and you know what? On that replay, it's hard to tell that puck went in. It's hard to tell that puck crossed the line. I mean, you go with the call on the ice. The call on the ice was goal, but it was immediately a discussion between the officials. Immediately. It was no goal for a little bit, and then the referee, Klein, after 4 to 5 seconds of thinking about it, pointed goal, and then immediately after pointing goal, had a conference with the refs, so the upset is on hold. No goal. Just a wild game here. McFarland thought he had it, but now it's Ferrari looking for back-to-back weeks with the winner. Good stick by McFarland, and now they got Ferrari back behind the play. Fordham will slow it down. Valenti battling with McFarland. Ferrari around the wall. Buddington with some time for now, and now we'll slow it down. Buddington walks it alone, trying to have another highlight reel goal, not able to get by Silverman. Now it's Farmingdale in the offensive zone, trying to walk past the stick of DeMario, but a good back check slows that one down, avoids a 2-on-1, as Farmingdale will change it up. So will Fordham. The lone man still out there is McFarland. That looks offsides, and it will be offsides. So now both teams will have a fresh 3 out there. I mean, 9 seconds in, it was waved off, called a goal, and then waved off, all within under a minute. I mean, what a way to end that one. It would have been 9 seconds in off the faceoff. They push it forward and score. But the winner will be yet to be decided with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this overtime. Again, we're going to a tie if no one scores. And that would be very unfortunate for both ends. No one wants a tie. Murray into offensive zone ice. He's got Patelli on him. Helped out by Trey Leo. As now Fordham's got it, thrown around the wall. Declan Pierce will go pick it up, but he's got Hendrickson on him. Declan Pierce wins that exchange, and out comes Fordham, maybe 2-on-1. McCann trying to get back in the play. Trey Leo, near side wall. He's got McCann on him, turns it over to Murray. Great back check by McCann, and now here comes Farmingdale. Intercepted by Patelli as he was looking for Hendrickson, and now a 2-on-1 for Fordham. Can it be this time? It's Patelli on goal, gloves away, rebound, and he shot it wide. A wide open net for Charles Piggott, and he missed. Oh my God. He missed the open, yawning cage. The puck was on edge. It wasn't a flat puck. And when he took that wrister, it just rode up the blade and into the netting. And not the right netting. 2:57 left in the overtime. Hawkins might have a step. Hawkins can have a breakaway. Breslin trying to get back. It's Hawkins not getting all of it. Great back. Oh my goodness. My God, what a disgusting hit that was, as Hawkins is now throwing rights at him. Breslin drove him into the wall, and he landed on his head. My God, that was just disgusting of a landing. Breslin will get a penalty for this. Jeez, my God. Just a terrible landing as Breslin drove him into the wall. As vicious as that hit was, this might sound controversial, but as vicious as this hit was, actually I was gonna debate the cleanliness of that hit, but thinking back to that replay, Breslin had no stick, and it was arms lunged out forward. He did not lean in with his shoulder. He did not make shoulder-to-shoulder contact. As we're going to check again before I finalize my point. Let's see this one more time. See, Breslin's stick goes flying, and there's the shove. That's a dirty hit then. There's the dirty hit there. Reached out with the two hands without the stick. You shove the man into the wall with two outreached arms. There's the dirtiness of that hit, and that caused Hawkins to flip forward and able to skate off on his own. I mean, not just skate off, he threw some rights and lefts in there. So two tough plays this game with Brisgornia and then that one with Breslin. There was no shoulder-to-shoulder contact. There was no shoulder-to-chest contact. It was two outreached arms shoving a player in a dangerous distance from the wall. I mean, those vicious, impactful hits, they might look dirty at first because they're so big and heavy of a hit, but when you look at them afterwards, they're actually clean hits. So that's why I wanted to take a couple of looks at the replay to settle it down and realize, was it just a big hit that was clean, or was it a big hit because of a dirty action? But I'll say it again. Stickless Sean Breslin, two outreached arms, head contact, and that's what you get. Two outreached arms, shoving him, head contact with the left hand, and there you go. And Hawkins, to his credit, landed on his head, upside down, and got right back up. And he's on the bench now with Dr. Jeff Popolarski. He's cut open. So now we're going to see the damage. It's a 5-minute major on the board for Breslin. He's out of the game. So Farmingdale will have a 5-minute major for the whole entire overtime. Breslin there, he has no stick, so you have to play the body there. So what you got to do there, you cannot, again, I'm going to say it again because I want to emphasize that this is the dirty part. You cannot reach out with your arms, and especially with no stick, and shove a guy. Because if there's no stick, that's a cross check. No stick, you're just now pushing a guy. He's got to lean into him with his shoulder and box him out with his hips and try to get dominant possession and block him away from the puck. That's how you go about that play. But now Hawkins is in the box. He's got 4 minutes on the board right now. So on the board, we got Breslin for 5, game misconduct, and we have Hawkins on the board for 4 minutes. Two ejections this game. So Farmingdale, let's see, there's 3-on-3 right now. So it will still be 3-on-3 as Breslin's penalty will be up there for 5 minutes and Farmingdale's penalty will be up there for 4 minutes. So no extra man, no disadvantage right now with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the overtime period. It's McFarland towards the front, not able to connect. McFarland got the almost goal 9 seconds in. That was reviewed and then waved off after it was called a goal. McCann intercepts, got numbers with Hendrickson. McCann for the win, holds to Hendrickson, and they score! Back-to-back overtime wins for Farmingdale. It's Hendrickson, and they end it 7-6. You want to talk about clawing your way to a victory. Back-to-back weeks, Farmingdale is not making this easy for their fans. A great showing by Fordham. They would just not go away. And despite having a rough 2 periods, Charlie Borg did bounce back in the third, made some key saves early on, and this game could have got away quickly in the third. A great showing. Anthony DeMario, hat trick tonight, including the goal with just over a minute left to tie it. And like my heart's racing Cole in this game. I can only imagine the parents and the friends watching here as looks like we're not done as Bohm and it's going at it with the coaches on the handshake line. Bohm has to be pulled back. As now the coaches are getting involved. They got to get their players off the ice and in the locker rooms. And this had now And now you have Breslin from the locker room going in the stands. Like, you have the parents going at it with the players. The players are still converging at center ice. I mean, if you're the parents here, you're arguing with kids. That you're going nowhere with that. Just sit in your seat. Why are you arguing with kids, first of all? Second of all, if you're the kids, you're the Fordham or Farmingdale players, why are you going at it with people in the stands? Immaturity on both sides. You got to walk away, especially if you're the parents. You're the bigger person here. You're the adult here. Why are you arguing with children? Not children, should I say. Not children, my bad. These are grown men, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. The players, why are you going at it with the people in the stands? And in the stands, why are you going at it with the kids on the ice? As we finally conclude things on the ice, both teams sent to the locker room, and that will do it. From the Northwell Health Ice Center here on Long Island, New York, for an eventful game here on the island, your final 7-6. You've been listening to the Long Island Sports Network. Again, my name is Jordan DeLuciano. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Take care of each other, and good night.